Extreme jealousy. This one is this one to me is it's a miss until it's too late. The reason why jealousy gets you, right? The reason why it can get me is because it soothes your ego, right? When a girl's jealous, when a girl's asking, who is she? Let me see your phone. It soothes your ego at first because you're like, dang, like, relax, baby. She's trying to find out everything that you're doing. But the reason why that this is a red flag that you need to look out for is because when she gets jealous, right, and she's looking for every little thing, first of all, she's probably projecting, and she's either doing this from something that happened in her past where maybe somebody was unfaithful, or perhaps she's projecting onto you. So she's acting jealous. She's acting like you talking to multiple girls because she's curious about talking to other dudes, and she wants to have a reason for doing it. Another part of the extreme jealousy, the reason why you had to work out, maybe she isn't talking to other dudes, but at the very least, she's going to act crazy, right? And again, I'm talking about women, but men do the same thing, right? But this video is mainly speaking on women because I'm a man. But extreme jealousy is something you have to watch because it can easily turn dangerous. And if a girl feels like you're moving wrong, even though you're really not doing anything, maybe, you just said hello to a woman, just being polite, and the girl's taking it too far, this can escalate. Our next we have drawn to chaos. This one to me is an instant disqualifier, bro. Instant disqualifier. Look, life is chaotic. You feel me? Life is chaotic. Sometimes as a man, you're going to be a little bit chaotic when you're dealing with a woman, and vice versa. But if she is drawn to chaos at a strong level, to me, that's an instant disqualifier. Now, it's fine if she can stay level-headed within chaos, that's fine. There's some times in life maybe where, maybe you lose your job, or maybe you take a loss, or maybe you take a win, and life goes up and down. But if she's constantly drawn to chaos, that means anytime things are too good, she will destroy it, right? And sometimes as a man, right, you got to check yourself and make sure you're not drawn to chaos, because if you're drawn to chaos, it will lead her to be drawn to chaos as well, because she's going to follow your guidance. So you have to check yourself sometimes. But if she is simply drawn to chaos and there's nothing you can do, to me, this is an instant disqualifier, because it's going to end. Anything in these reds is almost unsalvageable. Like jealousy, you can kind of salvage, but it's one of those ones where you might miss it. All right, groupthink energy. This one to me is like you think you can handle it, right? Because maybe you can, maybe you can't. What I mean by that is, we all know this. You are who you hang around. If I see you walking the street and you with a bunch of losers, I'm going to assume you're a loser. If all your friends are cowards, you're going to be more of a coward. Because, let's say somebody steps to you and all your friends like, hey, bro, it's not you're going to think like, okay, well, I guess it's not a big deal. Or if you're with a friend and all your friends are dogs, all your friends are hustlers, all your friends have energy where they're attacking life, you're going to start attacking life too. But it works to the flip side too, right? So if you're dealing with a girl and all her friends are giving her excuses to act in ways that you don't want her to act, then what's gonna happen when you're not there? Her friend's gonna get in her ear, and this is where it can kind of get, because like I told you, relationships can be chaotic. So if she's not following your lead and she starts listening to her friends, if her friends aren't guiding her in the right path, right? If her environment isn't guiding her in the right path, then she might start to creep in a way that you don't want her to act. And then everything just kind of blows up. So this is a thing where if there's too much groupthink energy, if there's not enough independent thought and independent plan, it's a red flag. You got to make sure you can handle it. All right, next we have the therapist energy. So this one is miss until it's too late. There's nothing wrong with the women trying to, get into your head a little bit and trying to make sure you're okay. We all love that, but understand this too, right? Think about it like this. Would you want your dad to break down in front of you, start crying about his problems? Would you want your dad to go to you, be like, yeah, man, I'm just going through a lot, Your dad probably was going through a lot. Your mom probably mom is different, but your dad probably going through a lot. But if he put that on you as a kid, you would feel a little bit scared. You would feel a little bit like, dang, you would feel a little bit of fear. Or maybe you feel like you had to step up and be the man of the house, because you're looking at your parent, you're looking at your dad as a superhero. In my experience, women kind of do the same thing. Women, the same way that men kind of put women on a pedestal a little bit subconsciously, you have to check that. Women do the same thing. They put you on a pedestal. They think that you're Superman. If a woman really thinks you're that guy, which me personally, I really only deal with women who I feel like think I'm that guy. But the flip side of that is they think that you are Superman. They think you can do things that you can't normally do. Right? A girl would just come to you be like, and just think anything can get done through you. And the thing with this is, if you show too much emotional weakness when she's asking you like, oh, what's going on? You can, and this is the thing, you can share your problems with her. You can be vulnerable, but you cannot show the weakness, because eventually her respect for you will start to go down, and she'll start to feel a little bit emotionally insecure on if she can dump stuff onto you. And this is why you have to be a little bit unfazed. There's nothing wrong with talking about your problems. Like, yeah, baby, I went through this. It is what it is. Like, boom, that's straight. But if you tell like, yeah, I went through this, and I just don't know if I can keep making it. I don't know if I can do it. Like, bro, she doesn't want to have to support your energy. I'm just being real. It might be harsh. Some of y'all probably like, well, I want a girl who can. This is the thing. Are there some girls out there who can do that? I'm sure. But if you're relying on that, like, yeah, there's some kids who will step up when their dad's going through something, but a lot of them will step down. So it's just unrealistic. Our next, we have low self-esteem. This one to me is miss until it's too late. What I mean by this is, if a girl has low self-esteem, really anybody, but if a girl has low self-esteem, what's gonna happen if you do something to hurt her self-esteem? Now she's gonna try to get really protective, and I'll put it this way: if you stop giving her validation energy, right? Maybe you don't give her a lot of compliments, right? Which you should be giving her some compliments. Let's keep it a bean. You should be giving her some. But if you're not giving her any, and you'll get in an argument, she's going to try to get validation elsewhere. There's gonna be another dude at her job, who just sees her, and if she's bad, especially, bro, who's gonna be spitting compliments at her. Dang, what's up, baby? You look fine. Woo. And now she's like, well, like at first she'll be like, I don't know. But eventually this dude is going to wear on her. And then, boom. Now, because you didn't give her any type of affection, she's going to, give this dude a chance. Because he came in at the right moment. Because the thing with the girl who has low self-esteem is you have to constantly try to raise her self-esteem. Constantly try to raise her self-esteem. So that's the only thing with that. Our next, this one is a little bit of emotional manipulation that you have to watch for, especially with attractive women, because really with all women, I suppose, but attractive women, they kind of peep just how much men respond to their tears and to their crying and their tantrums. And this is selective vulnerability. You can see the face. It's like a woman, she half smiling and half crying. This one I'll put in, this one really, to me, is, you can handle it. I'll be honest, you can handle it. Maybe I'm just tired of dealing with it, but you can handle it, right? But the thing is, understand I'll put it in think you can handle it. But just understand it's a little bit of a mental warfare. Like, it's kind of, you're playing a game. You have to be able to see through it. It's kind of like, when a kid is fake crying, because they're trying to get you to buy some candy. You're like, bro, I'm not finna buy you no candy. Like, you're not even crying for real. This might be when you catch her in the wrong and she just gets overwhelmed and starts crying. Just like, oh, well, I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl. Like, girl, baby girl, you a grown woman. Talking about you just a girl. But again, right, I don't think this is an instant disqualifier, because it's kind of a natural thing, but it is something that you kind of have to check. Like, whoa, wait, don't do that. Like, nah, I'm not going for that. Next, we have unfinished attachments. Bro, don't rationalize this. Right, some of y'all, so it's hard for people to, not hard, but if someone is constantly on an old attachment, maybe it's an ex, or like say it's an ex, right, and they're kind of have an unfinished attachment, so maybe they're still friends with them, they still interact with them a lot. I'm not saying that you can't get in a relationship with this person. Like, you can, like, maybe they truly did move on, but don't rationalize this and start thinking like, oh, well, it's fun if she's friends with her ex, they can still hang out, I guess. Bro, you don't know how this could escalate. Because similar to some of these other things, with all these red flags, is what happens when stuff goes wrong. The moment you mess up, the moment that, you are giving her a negative emotion, maybe you're going through something, maybe it's even your fault. Let's be honest, hold ourselves accountable. Sometimes it's your fault. But regardless, if it's your fault, and her ex is her friend, it's real easy for her to just boom start talking to her ex. And you know what look, put yourself in his position. When you get that text and she just randomly hit you up out the blue after like two months or a month or 3 months, and you like, dang, didn't she have a man? Why she hit me up? You already know what time it is. And that, bro, like I'm telling you, that does happen. So she's still cool. If her and her ex are on kind of like they on somewhat good terms, to where she'll still hit him up and text. Again, if you're doing everything you're supposed to do, it won't be an extreme red flag, but don't rationalize this. That's why it's in the yellow. Our next, we have stuck on the past. Bro, to me, this is an instant disqualifier. The reason why this is an instant disqualifier, so somebody stuck in the past, bro, they're not fully healed, for one. And number two, if you are stuck in the past, how are you going to appreciate and live in the moment? You're always comparing everything to your past. Like, and this is a thing in life. You have to, at the end of the day, you have to live forward. And what that means is you're not putting all the pressure of tomorrow on you, but you're also not looking back in the past and like, oh, well, I don't have this, I don't have that anymore. Like, nah, you got to play the current game of what you're on. So if a girl's not appreciating me and looking at me and what I'm giving her right now because, you know, maybe, oh, my ex did this, my ex did that, there's nothing wrong with saying that and telling me what you want, telling me what you like. But if you're legitimately stuck on somebody else, I'm just not finna invest any time or energy in you. Just being real, like I'm not finna invest all this energy in somebody who is still stuck on the past. Because then you're not really getting all their attention. And there's a difference, bro. Like there's a difference between when a woman is not, and women can have exes, bro. Women can have bodies and not be stuck on them. But there's a difference. You can feel it, like, okay, yeah, she's emotionally open, right? She's giving me her full emotional attention. And sometimes this takes a little bit of time. Like, don't think that you start talking to a girl and 1 week and now she's gonna be fully emotionally open. Nah, that doesn't really happen like that, especially as people get older. But if, like, let's say you're like 2-3 months in and she's still stuck on the past, she's not giving you her full emotional attention, and you don't have full emotional connection with her, you're not getting 100% of her, disqualified. All right, next we have constant stimulation. This one, bro, this one to me is one that you might miss until it's too late. When you're a busy man, it's like Drake said, I can't convince you that I love you for a living, baby. So you're living life, you on your grind, you're trying to make stuff happen. The girls who need constant stimulation, you have to take them out on a date every single week. You have to constantly be texting them. And again, yes, you should be texting your girl. You should be calling your girl. You should be showing your girl love. But if you're going through a little bit of a rush patch yourself and you're not taking initiative to contact her, you kind of need her to take initiative to contact you, or maybe have her own life going on. That way she doesn't need constant stimulation and she starts looking for somebody else, right? Maybe she's, going to the club without you and y'all in a relationship. Maybe she's entertaining other dudes, and she might not be doing it like literally like, oh, I'm done off him, I'm done off Ray, I want to do with this other dude. She might not be thinking that, but one thing can lead to another. That's why I put it in the green. Like, the missing until it's too late is just kind of like, keep an eye on these things. Keep an eye on it. They're not inherently like the end of the world, bro, but just keep an eye on it. All right, next we have unprovoked cruelty. So this one is kind of another one. It's not drawn to chaos, but this one is like someone who is, it's kind of hard to fully describe, but like this is someone who is genuinely, I guess, psychotic. So this one to me is an instant disqualifier. People who are good with unprovoked cruelty, something is kind of wrong with them chemically in the head, right? And I've met some attractive girls who just had unprovoked cruelty where I'm like, nah, yeah, I'm not finna stay with this. Because if you act crazy with me, I act crazy with you. One of us get in a situation where, freedoms might be lost. So that environment you shouldn't even put yourself in, bro. The punani is never worth that. It's never worth that. Yeah, these are just some quick red flags that I've noticed and experienced in my time. Of course, I could load more. I might do a part 2, but these are ones that you really need to watch on, that I've experienced some of these myself. Appreciate y'all watching the video. Let me know in the comments how you feel.